to Coyote News. I'm Brent. Today we got a little special for you. 40 years ago to the date, we had a little episode on climate change. So we figured we'd revisit that topic, and yeah, it's hotter. It's hot as crap out here, but that just means less clothes. Like I don't really know why that's a bad thing. Am I right? You know what I'm talking about. You know. So I'm gonna see if these guys say that there's negative effects to global climate change, because I'm just seeing a great time. It's summer all the time. There's big waves, less people on the beaches because they fear their lives. Just a lot of great things. Less polar bears. You won't get attacked by polar bears because they're dead. It's awesome. All right. So we're gonna kick it off to our little animal friend Santiago.
Thanks, friend. I wish I could be as enthusiastic as you are today, but I just can't. I come with very sad news from the ocean today. All the coral reefs all around the world, most of them have completely bleached out, leading to a destruction of many ecosystems and to the extinction of many species of fish. These are very, very sad news for the world, and I don't know what's going to happen if this trend continues. Back to you.
Thank you, Santiago. All positives. Coral sucked. It hurt. A lot of places you got fined for touching it. That problem's gone because it's not there. And ecosystems. Who needs nature when you have capitalism? Am I right? Hey-o. Alright, so we have a special report from one of my favorite vacation spots, Cancun, Mexico. I haven't been there for 25 years or so let's see how it's doing. Alright, here's Carl.
Thanks, Brent. Sorry to hear about Cancun, but sea level has risen worldwide by about 2 meters since 2010, and unfortunately most of Cancun is completely covered. I mean, you might be able to find beach somewhere, but it'll probably be on the streets by now.
Thanks, Carl. That was really something. That's awesome. I'm going to try to make it out there. Get to paddle to my second floor hacienda, jump off some balconies into some water. That's a great time. Visit Cancun. It's going to be awesome. I'll be there. Spring break. What? Alright, so now we're going to check in with Jeremy to see how industry's doing.
Business as usual.
Alright, Jeremy, thank you. Insightful as always. You're a smart man. Awesome. So we have a on-site report from Glaciers National Park up in Montana from Abby. So Abby, take it away.
I'm here in Glacier National Park, Montana, where many people are wondering where it got its name from, because there are no more glaciers in Glacier National Park. They have all melted. This is happening many other places as well. There are also no more glaciers in the Alps and Pyrenees or the Andes. We're definitely seeing a trend where all the glaciers are melting due to increases in temperature. Back to you.
Well, I think the verdict is in. Global climate change, global warming rules. Like, this is awesome. There's less ecosystems, less animals just pooping all over my sedan. Less, it's warmer, the girls wear a little less, if you know what I mean. So I'm enjoying life. These scientists are freaking out for no reason. I have no idea what they're doing. So a few places have flooded, big deal. You just move inland, it's fine. People get along. This is the world. People get along. There's not going to be wars over land or anything. So I see future is promising. As always, stay warm, world. Welcome to Coyote News. I'm Brent. For those of you that didn't die in massive floods and hurricanes, welcome. Welcome to the program. It is warm outside. Alright, so we're going to go to our old friend Santiago for a little update on what's going on with the little creatures he likes to play with so much.
Thanks, Brent. Today I come with very depressing news for the world. Thanks to global warming, more than 50% of all species around the world have already disappeared. 30% of all the birds in the world have also been extinct. There are no more coral reefs in the world. mass extinctions have been taking place and they're gonna continue with this global warming. I don't know what future is expecting us, but this is just horrible. Thanks.
Wow, things are not looking good there, Santi. Things are not looking good. You know, I think right now we need to take time to revisit one of my favorite people in the world. His reports are consistent, insightful, intelligent, lighthearted. They always make you feel good coming away from him. He's just a great, great guy. And so let's see what Jeremy's up to. As always, Jeremy, you did not disappoint. All right, so for our loyal followers and fans, we have a guy that we had on the show 90 years ago. It's been a while. He looks good, so that's good. So we have climate scientist Neil on the show. Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Neil, it is warm. Yeah, it's warm out there.
Yeah.
So you're a big climate dude. Why didn't you prevent this, Neil? This is solely your fault and your kind's fault.
Well, I predicted changes like this would happen back in 2010. We didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but we knew that if we just kept on as business as usual, that bad changes would happen. And if people like you had listened to researchers all over the world telling you that climate change was occurring and that awful effects would happen, then we wouldn't be here.
Neil, 2010 rolls around, and you come in here, you say it's going to be cooling, you say it's going to be warming, you don't know what you want, you don't know who you are, Gore is saying weird stuff, he's dead now, fortunately, so I think you could have done more, you could have known more, you could have done more, and this crisis could have been averted, Neil.
Look, I presented all the facts. This is frustrating having this conversation. I can't handle this.
Neil, I need you! Neil, I don't know what I'm doing, Neil, I need you! Neil!
Excuse me? Oh. Thank you, Brent. As you can see, we're here at the Maldives, or what used to be the Maldives. Pretty much completely submerged by water at this point, and living here is no fun. Snorkeling is no longer a leisure activity, it's more of a necessity. Back to you.
All right, well, speaking of sea level change, tried to go Cancun, as I usually do every 30 years, to creep on the honeys, and no one was there because it's an ocean. So, yeah. All right, so this show is going poorly, but we have one final report from the lovely Abby on glaciers, so check it out.
Thanks, Brent. I'm standing here with what's left of one of the glaciers in Alberta, and it's not looking good for many of the glaciers. The Alberta glaciers have decreased by 82% since 2010, and the Tibetan glacier has completely melted, and the Arctic sea ice has shrunk by 30%. In short, all the glaciers that are already melted, that haven't already melted, are melting very rapidly. Now over to Becky for an update on deforestation.
And now, this is all that's left of our national forest, these 2 trees. Back to you.
Well, it's been a pretty interesting century of climate change. I've been around for way too long, 90 years. It's so warm that I don't age, which is bad. But you know, in retrospect, I really wish I would have listened to that Neil guy. And all the scientists, and really would have done something and thought about what I could do as a human being to not let this happen, because this sucks. This world is terrible.